Hello and welcome. Today, we're counting down the top 5 documented Christmas miracles from around the world. These are not legends. These are real events that restored faith, saved lives, and reminded entire communities of the power of human goodness. These stories have the power to change your perspective. So get comfortable. By the time we reach number 1, you may feel a sense of hope you haven't felt in a long time. Let's begin with number 5. Miracle number 5, the diner that became a sanctuary. Picture this. It's Christmas Eve in a small Midwestern American town. A historic record-breaking blizzard has swept across the state. The governor has declared a state of emergency. Every highway is closed. Power lines are down. The world outside is a howling white void. By late afternoon, every shop, every restaurant, every gas station has shuttered its doors. Everyone is told to shelter in place. But on the town's deserted Main Street, one light remains on. It's a small, family-owned diner, run by a woman named Sarah. Sarah looked out at the storm and then upstairs to the apartment block above her diner, where several elderly residents lived alone. She knew some had no family nearby, no proper food, and with the power out, no heat. So she made a decision. She wouldn't close. She fired up the grill, put on a large pot of coffee, and waited. The miracle began simply. A few neighbors braved the single flight of stairs. Then something unexpected. A convoy of truckers, stranded on the nearby interstate, saw that single, glowing sign through the swirling snow. One by one, they abandoned their rigs and trekked on foot toward the only beacon of light for miles. Within an hour, Sarah's quiet diner was packed. Soon it wasn't just about coffee. People started sharing whatever they had. The truckers had snacks from their cabs. Sarah cooked all her stock. An elderly man produced a deck of cards. A young mother started a carol. And a trucker, who hadn't played in years, accompanied her on a harmonica he kept in his pocket. That night, in that warm, crowded diner, 50 strangers from all walks of life, truckers, retirees, stranded travelers, shared a spontaneous Christmas feast. They created a community out of nothing but kindness and a shared need for warmth. The local paper later wrote, "In the heart of the storm, they found the heart of Christmas." This miracle shows us that sanctuary isn't always a place you find. Sometimes it's a place you make for others. Miracle number 4, the truce that echoed through history. Our next miracle takes us back over a century to a frozen landscape far from home. Christmas 1914. World War I, known as the Great War, was only months old, but its brutality was already unimaginable. Young men from Britain and Germany faced each other across a scarred strip of mud and barbed wire called No Man's Land. Conditions were horrific. Freezing trenches, constant fear, and the crushing loneliness of being away from family during the holidays. On Christmas Eve, a deep, unusual silence fell over parts of the front. Then from the German trenches, a lone voice began to sing. The song was Stille Nacht and silent night. Its poignant melody carried clearly across the silent, frosty air. British troops listened, moved by the familiar tune. Then they began to applaud. And they sang back, "O come all ye faithful." This musical exchange was the first crack in the wall of war. Then something even more extraordinary happened. In the dim light of Christmas morning, German soldiers began to emerge from their trenches, calling out Merry Christmas in broken English, holding up makeshift signs and candles. Cautiously, British soldiers climbed out to meet them. There, in the middle of No Man's Land, sworn enemies met. They shook hands. They exchanged gifts. German cigars for British chocolate, buttons for plum puddings. They showed each other photographs of wives and sweethearts. They even organized impromptu football matches with makeshift balls. For a few precious hours, the war stopped. The miracle of the Christmas truce wasn't just a ceasefire. It was a profound moment of recognition. These men saw the humanity in their enemies. They shared their homesickness and their hope. This miracle, born from a shared carol, proved that even in the deepest darkness, our common humanity can find a way to shine through. Miracle number 3, the letter that moved a town. Now to a more recent miracle, one that started with a single, misdirected letter. In a bustling Royal Mail sorting office in England, just days before Christmas, the pressure was immense. Millions of cards and parcels were rushing through. Among them, a postal worker named Ellen spotted a letter with shaky, childlike handwriting. The address was simple: Santa Claus, the North Pole. Now, protocol might have been to set it aside, but something made Ellen open it. The letter was from a little boy named Leo. He didn't ask for the latest toy or game. His Christmas wish was heartbreakingly simple. He asked for a warm blanket for his mom and some food. Because she was struggling to make ends meet, and he was worried, Ellen was overcome. She showed the letter to a colleague, who showed it to another. Soon, a small group of postal workers had gathered, their own holiday stresses forgotten. They decided then and there to become Santa's helpers. They took a collection. One bought a soft, thick blanket. Another filled a hamper with festive groceries. A third found a small wrapped toy for Leo himself. Working quietly, they found the return address on the letter. On Christmas Eve, they delivered the parcels anonymously to Leo's doorstep. The story, however, didn't end there. A local journalist heard about the postal workers' secret mission and wrote a piece. The story captured the nation's heart. It wasn't just about Leo's family anymore. Donations began flooding into the local food bank and children's charities. Strangers offered to pay utility bills for struggling families. That one letter, and the compassion it ignited in a handful of postal workers, triggered a tidal wave of generosity for an entire community. This miracle reminds us that an act of kindness is never an isolated event. It's a pebble dropped in a pond, and the ripples can touch shores you never expected. Miracle number 2, the gift that raced against time. Our second highest miracle is a testament to modern-day angels, people who chose duty and compassion over their own holiday. A man named David was in a hospital attached to machines. He was on the transplant list, needing a new heart to live. As Christmas Day dawned, his family's hope was dwindling. Transplant logistics are complex at the best of times, but on a major holiday, it seemed impossible. Hundreds of miles away, another family was experiencing the worst day of their lives. A tragic accident had claimed a loved one. In the midst of their unimaginable grief, on Christmas morning, they made the brave, selfless decision to honor their loved one's wishes and donate their organs. It was a final, profound gift of life. This is where the miracle machine whirred into action. The National Organ Network issued an alert. A perfect match was found. David. Instantly, a Christmas Day operation involving dozens of people began. A pilot, who was about to sit down for dinner with his family, volunteered to fly the organ. Surgical teams at 2 hospitals were called in. Air traffic controllers prioritized the flight path. State police in multiple jurisdictions coordinated to create a green wave for the ambulance from the airport to the hospital, clearing the usually busy holiday roads. A heart was flown across the country on Christmas Day. David's surgery went through the night. He awoke on Boxing Day with a new heart beating in his chest, a heart he calls his Christmas heart. This miracle is a symphony of precision and selflessness. It's the donor family's courage, the pilot's sacrifice, the medical team's skill, all orchestrated on a day of peace. To give the gift we all celebrate, life. It shows us that the Christmas spirit isn't passive. It's active, it's urgent, and it's tirelessly working in the background. Miracle number 1, the song that broke the silence. And now, our number 1 Christmas miracle. It contains no grand logistics, no storm, no war. It is quiet, intimate, and speaks directly to the soul. In a modest church in a small town, the annual Christmas Eve service was underway. The highlight was always the children's choir from the local orphanage. That year, among the singers was a new girl, Grace. She had lost both her parents in a car accident earlier that year and had retreated into a deep, silent shell. She hadn't spoken a word to anyone since arriving at the orphanage. The choir director had included her in the group, hoping the music might help, but didn't force her to sing. Grace would just stand with the other children, her lips tightly sealed, her eyes downcast. The choir began their final piece, a beautiful rendition of Silent Night. The church was hushed, lit only by candlelight. As the children sang of heavenly peace, something intangible began to fill the room. Watch Grace. As the second verse begins, you see her shoulders relax. She slowly lifts her head. Her eyes, for the first time, look at the candle flames. And then, as if a dam was breaking inside her, her lips began to move. No sound came at first, then a whisper. A faint, trembling thread of a voice joined the choir. It grew stronger with each word. By the line, Son of God loves pure light, her voice was clear and pure, ringing out with a strength that belied her small frame. Tears streamed down her cheeks, but she sang. She sang through the tears. You could see the shock, then the overwhelming emotion on the faces of the choir director, the nuns, the congregation. Many were openly weeping. In that moment, Grace wasn't just singing a carol. She was releasing her grief. She was choosing light over darkness, song over silence. That fragile, powerful voice was the sound of a broken heart beginning to heal. It was the ultimate Christmas miracle, the rebirth of hope in a child who had every reason to give up on it. It proves that the greatest miracles often don't change the world on a global scale. They change one heart. And sometimes that is enough to change everything. From a glowing diner in a blizzard to a song in the trenches. From a child's letter in a sorting office to a heart flying through the night to a single healing voice in a candlelit church. These 5 stories, separated by time and distance, are bound by a single golden thread, the undeniable power of selfless love. They happened because individuals chose connection over isolation, compassion over indifference, and hope over despair. The magic of Christmas isn't a meteorological event or a supernatural phenomenon. It's a choice. It's the choice Sarah made to keep her door open. It's the choice those soldiers made to lay down their rifles. It's the choice Ellen made to read a letter. It's the choice a grieving family made to give life, and a little girl made to sing again. This holiday season, you carry that same power. You can be the miracle in someone else's story. All it takes is one act of kindness, one moment of true connection. That is how faith is restored. That is how the light is kept burning. Thank you for watching. May your Christmas be filled with peace, and may you find or create your own miracle. Merry Christmas.